second. I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she's waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. No, I know that I'm not all that you got. I guess that I just thought maybe we could find new ways to fall apart. But our friends are back, so let's raise a toast. 'Cause I found someone to carry me home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. Counting down tonight, just counting down tonight, counting down tonight.
Morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is. I am in a hotel room in Dallas, bringing Win the Morning to you from Dallas this morning. I hope everybody has had a great start to the week. Linda or Leslie, do we have a COTD today?
Yes, today we have a team meeting at 11, and we'll be following that up by ALC.
Awesome. Thank you. And everybody can go to the ALC meeting. Is that right?
Yes, it's open to everyone.
Got it. I feel like I'm like in a dungeon here, but I can't figure out how to turn the lights on, y'all, on this side of the hotel room. But all right, we're doing all things AI playbook, and we're currently going through SEO and GEO. And I'm not going to lie, this section has hit home for me quite a bit. I'll just give y'all a little story. So, we've talked a lot about, hey, what do you want to be known for? What's your niche? Do you have a website? Are you feeding all of your social media platforms and your website? And then essentially creating YouTube content so that you can continue to be the expert in whatever niche or whatever thing you want to be known for. And so, as y'all know, I've gone down this journey with the leadership podcast and getting that kickstarted, which has really opened my mind to all of these things. So I've always had a website. Our team has always had a website. We've always understood SEO, right? Which is search engine optimization, and understanding that when we were creating blogs that were driving certain keywords, it was driving consumers to our website, and it was optimized. And what I mean by that is our website, if you just sometimes random, think there's a zip code map, zip codes in certain areas in Shelby County, it will pull up the Layson Group website as like number 5, maybe number 3 on Google. So we've been very strategic about what we put into our website so that it is optimized, i.e. the consumer can find it and we can get eyeballs, right? And so now that I'm going on this other journey with GEO, which is generative engine optimization, I have decided to hire an intern. And this is, just a friendly suggestion. If y'all are putting money back into your business, instead of making a full-time hire, sometimes an intern just for the summer to help you get some of these things set up is a win for you. I'm paying her $200 a week for 10 hours, so $20 an hour. And she called me last week and said, I need to get a hold of your social profiles because your bios and your profiles are not using the same keywords. And so that's what we're talking about today. I mean, we just talked about this last week. I'm actually about to send her this playbook to take a peek at. But what I realized is I'm not consistent across all platforms, right? So what my bio is saying in terms of who I want to be known for needs to be the same in on my website across all of my social media channels and LinkedIn. And then obviously I'm already putting that out on YouTube. But am I also being strategic with, all right, these are my keywords that I'm using in my bio, and how am I interweaving and intertwining those keywords into hashtags, blogs. And she said this, she said, you have so many different profiles and bios, it's hard for the consumer to understand what you want to be known for. So what is your keywords that you specifically need to have included across all channels? So this is directly in discussion with what is being said today in this playbook. And this is why, like I said, it hit home for me today. I'm going to pull the playbook up. We talked about this last week. How do you become searchable? And we talked about Google and rankings in Google. I tell people this all the time. You can have the prettiest website, but if it is not optimized, you will be on nobody's radar, right? So the goal is to optimize your website so that it's on the first few pages of Google, right? Honestly, the goal is to get to the very first page of Google. But then this is where keywords start to come into play. And this really hit home with me based off the conversation I just had with my intern. Keywords and phrases that you use on website profiles, social medias, hashtags, and blog categories. So I've gotten really clear, y'all. If I run a video, then I can take the video, I can take my keywords, obviously, and post it on all my social platforms. I can post it on YouTube, and then I can take that video and have AI create a blog for me and ask it to make sure the blog is SEO optimized and GEO optimized. And there's a trick here. All you have to do is one piece of content, and then there are certain apps that you can purchase that will take your piece of content, distribute it in one click to all of your platforms. And then you take that video content, right, and dump it into AI and create a blog. And then you dump that into all of the platforms, right? So all that to say is, are you purposeful about what you want to be known for? That's the number one thing. And then are you purposeful about your keywords? So making sure that when you're creating a blog, make sure that you're interweaving those keywords, right? When you're on your social media, make sure that you're hashtagging with those keywords. In your profiles, make sure you're using your keywords, right? And that will help you show up on GEO and on SEO. It will help you rank higher so that people start to know you for what you want to be known for. And this talks about how to build a keyword list. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Linda, I'm going to send this to you so that you could put it in our Facebook group. But it talks, number one, it gives you like very simple steps how to do this. Number one, start by making a list of keywords and phrases related to your business, right? So if you're farming a neighborhood, I'm just making this up, English Meadows expert, right? And so those are my keywords because I'm farming that neighborhood. But I need to make sure that everything I do is centered around farming that neighborhood, right? And then I'm going to take that keyword and I'm going to plug it all over social, plug it on my website, plug it on LinkedIn, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm doing YouTube videos surrounding it. This is why when I say the riches are in the niches, it's because of SEO, GEO, and keywords. So you've got to go really granular to figure out what it is that you want to be picked up for and known for, and then you need to double down on that for the next year. Okay. And this also says pro tips. If you're struggling, ask your large language model. So whatever y'all use, but there's also free tools. If somebody could write this in the chat, Google Keyword Planner is one. Uber Suggest is one, and Answer the Public is one. And they will help you create your keyword list. Okay. And then it talks about categorizing your keywords as well. So it says you can have a level of broad keywords, then you've got mid-level keywords and specific keywords. And I'm going to go right here and then I'm going to stop so that we can ask questions. So once you, number one, create your keyword list. And then if I was you, I would ask AI to categorize your keywords based on these three categories, right? And when you ask AI to do that, state what the category is. So a broad keyword is focused on big future focused. So for me to say I'm a top Memphis realtor, right? Or I'm the real estate agent for Shelby County, or I'm just making this up, for me, CEO empire builder in Shelby County, right? Just something like that. Mid-level keywords is general search and educational topics. So here's the cost of living in Miami versus Fort Lauderdale. So how can you create search terms and educational topics, right? How, buy versus rent, whatever it is for first-time home buyers. Specific keywords, homes for sale near High Point Terrace, or best condos in, I'm just making this up, I don't know, just a condo complex, right? So you could take your keyword list, then ask it to categorize it into the three specific categories, and then you can look at other ways to optimize and in all of your platforms, LinkedIn, all of the things. So I'm going to stop here because I don't want to go too far deep in this. So number one, you got to make your list, and I just gave you the tools to make your list. Number two, you've got to categorize that, right? And then number three, I'm not going to say eliminate it because it'll eliminate it for you. I want you to circle your top 15 to 20, and you're going to build out a content strategy and aim to master 2 to 4 specific keywords at a time. And then this will create topical authority. So you're going to make your list, you're going to section the list out, and then you're going to circle, let's just say 2. And how are you going to interweave that across your website, across your social platforms, across your blogs? And now all of a sudden, we're in business because we know what we want to be known for, and we're communicating it consistently and using keywords so that we're ranked accordingly. What questions do you have about this? Unmute yourself. Does it sound like a lot?
So I came in late. I mean, it does sound like a lot, but if you can post it on one platform and it goes out everywhere, it's really not that much, right? Am I understanding
Correct.
right?
I think that's the key. It's like you got to figure out what you want to be known for. So, what's your niche? Create your keywords. And I just said, you can make a list of 20, but circle 2. Get an app that syndicates to all of your social media platforms, right? And then at that point, you're set up for success. Because from here on out, I do a piece of content, I plug it into that app, it syndicates to all of my social platforms. I take the content, I put it on YouTube as well, and then I create a blog. And then I take that blog and I put it on all of the sites, right? And that's really it, y'all. And I mean, all you're doing is one thing that then is syndicating to everything. So you're doing one video content, one piece of whatever informational blog, and I'm just making sure I'm interweaving my keywords into that. It's just we have to set up the foundation so that we can scale it, right? And the foundation is, what do you want to be known for? What are your keywords? And then circle the ones that are important to you. Who else? Anybody else?
Hey, this is Candace. I think the biggest thing is just trusting the process. I'm so used to trying to do every single thing on my own and then sitting down and actually learning how to do all this. I know it sounds very simple, but old school, doing every single thing when you have it in one platform, just learning it to make it easier and work for me.
Candace, I love that you said that. Y'all, you gotta first commit to the journey. And the journey means reading this one thing that I'm telling you to do and just do the one thing today. Because what happens is most of us try to do all of it and then we shut down,
Yeah.
right? And so understanding what you want to be known for is the first thing. And you can go down a journey with that. And then you go to step two, which is creating those keywords, right? And y'all, if you adopt what I'm telling you to adopt now, you will be so far ahead of everybody else because most people are choosing not to go down this journey. And Candace, I did not go down this journey until about a year ago. And now I'm like, why didn't I do it sooner than later? Right? People are starting to pick up on my content and I'm getting a lot of eyeballs that I would not have ever thought I would have gotten. And the reason being is because I want to set up myself as a leadership advisor, developer, and quite frankly, somebody that is looking at talent acquisition for the businesses that I run, right? And so I'm very clear on what I want to be known for, and I'm using that at scale. Somebody said, "Are you paying for a social advisor?" No, I paid. Go has the creative studio. They have the brand in the day class, and then I actually hired Colette Extra to create all of my branding for me. And then from here on out, this intern, I'm paying $200 a week for 10 hours. But she's a rock star, y'all. She's like wanting to do more because she is going to school for marketing and SEO and GEO. And so for her being able to do it in real time with me, she is absolutely loving it. So make sure y'all are giving opportunities to some of these kids in schools because a lot of them are going to do it. I mean, they're going to probably work more because they want to learn from you. So any other feedback before we wrap up? All
I
right.
just want to go ahead and agree with you real quick because since the social media class that caused me to create a TikTok account and also Instagram. So you're right, it does draw more attention, but what I got from what you said, I do need to stick with one thing. So that's what stood out for me. So I do know it works because since social media class, I picked up a little more and started putting a little more. So people did start reaching out a little more. But the tidbit I got from you is like, yeah, stick with that thing because most of the time, like little jingles and stuff with like washing all different type stuff, we remember them because of their jingle or what they're known for. So yeah, that was an aha for me.
Yeah, create what you're known for, y'all. And I'm setting up a TikTok account. I mean, I am setting up all the things and then I'm syndicating to all the things, right? Because I want to reach, because I know so many different groups are on so many different platforms. And if I have a button that I can click and it syndicates out to all of these platforms, I'm reaching everybody. And that's my goal. So, all right, everybody, make it a go and make it count. I appreciate y'all. Take care.